Hi everyone, it's Marcie Bessaker, and I am going live to show you how to do this poinsettia. And I'm going to try it with gold today. And I've only done one, so I'm going to go off my directions here that I posted on my website, which is www.marciebessaker.com. And then hopefully that can give you step-by-step directions. But I wanted to show you here so it gives you an idea of what to do. So it says start with the 8 by 10 paper, which I've already cut, and you're going to score every ½ inch. So on our great scoring board here on the back, you're going to see this tool slides right in here. So I took it out here. This is instructions on envelopes and boxes. So that's a really handy tool to have. So you're going to go ahead and just set this up here, and you're going to score it at every ½ inch. And I'm going to try the poinsettia in the gold today. I have not tried that yet, and I have a little bit of an idea. It does have a white center, and I wanted to show you with our Journey Gold pen, it could be something that might work if the white shows through too much. I have not made it with the gold before, but we're going to give it a try and see what happens. So you want to score first. Of course, it's easier than going through and cutting all of your pieces. And I'm going to just double check and make sure. Okay, well, that's what happens when you don't check your paper first. Let me grab a paper. I think I cut one too short. That's what you get for live. I think I started out with this piece yesterday and why I didn't choose it. So let me cut another piece here real quick. I'm going to cut this at 10. There we go. And by 8. Now we'll just start this over again. Hello, Stephanie. Hi, Sharon. I just cut my paper wrong, of course. I've been fiddling with my videos all day, thinking with the software that I normally use, I would be able to have the view down and to me so I can switch back and forth, but that didn't work. So now I'm starting over. So you're going to score it every ½ inch. And again, your paper is 8 by 10. I know this wasn't the video you were hoping for, Steph. That'll hopefully be my next one. So just score all the way. You want to do this before you cut because this is so much easier than taking all the little pieces and cutting. Okay, so now what we're going to do, the next step says score every ½ inch, which I did. And now you're going to cut into 2-inch strips on the 8-inch side. So you're going to go this way. So let me bring my board in here. And every 2 inches. All right, you're going to end up with 4 pieces. All right, so there's my 2. And now it says cut those in half at 5 inches. So just go to 5 inches. Now, if your score line is just a tad off, match it up with your score line. It's going to be close enough. We just want it to actually, mine are turning out okay. So good thing I measured when I started scoring. I thought that didn't look right. All right, so now you're going to end up with your 8 pieces. Okay, so that was cutting them. I'm done with the score for now. I'm going to move that aside. Now comes the fun part. So it says fold each strip in half and mark it a 1/2 inch. So I just took a pencil. You're going to fold each in half. So each one in half. Of course, you started out with 4 long strips. Now that means you have 8 short strips. So just cut them in half. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to use a bone folder or a scoring tool on this. You kind of don't want to because you want it to kind of fluff. So what I'm going to do is just mark this at a 1/2 inch. And it's just for cutting purposes, nothing fancy. So okay, let me look here. Why does that seem long? It's not. Okay. So just cut them at your 1/2 inch, and then we're going to do some cutting. Now I tried yesterday to cut this with my board, but because it's kind of a small piece and you're trying to hold on to it, it was easier for me with my scissors. Now this one I folded crooked, so you want to fix that. So it was much easier for me to take the scissors here. Now it says, now after you measured that, cut at an angle from the top left corner at the folded side. So you'll see this is the folded side up here. And you're going to cut down at the unfolded area at your 1/2 inch mark. Okay, so you're just going to start there and you're going to go right up to that corner, just like that. And you want the corners to be a tip. Oh, I just cut it the wrong way. Look at that. All right. No, I didn't. It's right here. Okay. I was looking at the wrong piece. So you want it to be a tip. All right. I've obviously been on vacation too long and I'm forgetting how to do my videos. And I normally don't do live. This is why. Don't laugh, Stephanie. Okay, so you're going to do this. Again, cut at the 2 inch. Go right up to your corner. You want all of them to have that point. The fun part is trying to put them together. If you've ever done rosettes, you know, it takes a little bit of getting used to get them to go together and glue them all at the same time. And this one to me is a little more difficult. I'm not sure why, but it is. Probably because it has a lot of different angles. All right, last one. Okay, there we go. So you don't need that. Now, you're going to have your score tape out, and you're going to score 4 of them. So I'm taking these 4, not these. I can move this out of your way. And you're going to not score, you're going to tape 4. Okay. So get your tape, and the white liner tape, of course, is the easiest one to do. And just do 4. And the reason you do 4 is because you're going to tape them to the other 4. So you don't need to have double tape, you know, on both sides. Okay. Now you're going to take, I always take my first one and go back. So just go back and forth. I have to say this gold paper was a lot easier than the red was. It just folds really nicely. And who doesn't love gold on their Christmas tree or on their packages? All right, so there's two. You're just going to fold them all. You would have thought I could have done some of this ahead of time, but I did not. I was trying to work on my video, like I said earlier. All right. These poinsettias are just so cute. And then look what I did on the back. So I stamped the leaves, and this is out of the Poinsettia Burst stamp set. And I just put 3 on there. I took our gift twine here with the little gold in it. And this is a lot. You get a lot of this. And I did a tie in the back. And then I took just something, if it's flipping around on the Christmas tree, I just kind of wanted something else on the back. But you could do a little to and from if you're going to put them on packages. How cute would that be? Really cute if you put them on packages. I'm scrolling down because okay, Steph. Okay, so keep doing your folding. And it's really not difficult. I'm hoping that this makes a little more sense. The directions sound good because I did it, so I know what I'm doing. But it's not necessarily, doesn't sound, it kind of could be confusing. So I really wanted to do a video and show everybody. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scissors because I just packed my tools for my class tomorrow. So I'm going to take off the tape that I put on, and you're going to find one that doesn't have the tape, okay? And then you're going to lay it over. You want it to go like this so it's the same. So I just lay it over and then match it up and then just pinch it. That's how I do it. Now I know sometimes you could take that and lay it over here, but the video that I saw on this a long time ago said not to do that. So, and said to do it this way. So I just do it this way because I'm guessing that it has something to do with the way it's folded front and back, that it just makes it have that extra layer. That way you're not covering a layer, you're creating another one. So you just keep doing that. You just keep finding one end with the tape, add it to the other end that doesn't have the tape. Boy, it stays like this. You wish you had your bloom tool out. Okay. And then you're just going to fold it like this and keep going around. All right. Now it looks like, I don't know. I think I had some on each end, so I guess I did do the more tape, but I think it was 4 on each end. So I need to change that. So we'll just do 4 on these ends and we'll be good. And I may not have had to do that last one. All right. This makes you realize how much you miss your bloom tool. All right, you're going to just pull this off. Again, line it up. You want all the points, everything going the same way. All the way around. All right. Now, just about done. And I have my hot my heat gun on, and I like the heat gun for, oops, that's the wrong way. The heat tool for these types of projects, because you can continue working and continue to finish what you're working on. And whereas if you're using the craft glue, there's a little bit of a wait time, not too much, but because this is folded and I'm kind of making it do something, I prefer to use the heat gun on things like this. It won't all be heat gun, but a lot of it will be. Now this is the hard part, is trying to get it to go down. So you're going to want to really pinch the areas that you attached to, because that's going to be an up part. There we go. A mountain, not a valley. Then what I started doing is I started just kind of folding it together. And I had a heck of a time with this yesterday. I will tell you, this is a pretty big rosette. I'm going to scroll down. I can't see comments because they kind of, the scrolling happens and my computer doesn't move with it on videos for whatever reason. All right, let's see. So I've got this one. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this on a video. I tried this last night, and it is a heck of a little task here. So I kind of hold it, and I kind of went down. And hold it, okay, see, this is the hard part. Hi, Jason. All right. I'm telling you, the rosettes are tricky, especially when you do one that's so large. All right, so I'm going to try and do part of it, lay it down, work on the other part. I will get this. And the hard part is you're going to glue it onto a circle, and so it doesn't, the hot glue does not give you a lot of time once you are putting it together. So what I'm going to do is just kind of lay my hand on it, keep working it. This is only my second one. I would assume it's going to get easier, trust me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this for now, and we're going to try it a different way. We're going to try and start our glue. Okay, I put a lot of glue because this is a pretty big deal here. And so what I'm going to do is move this over, and I'm going to start my star on it, my poinsettia. Okay, and then we're going to take the rest of this and put on here. I'm telling you, this is no joke with this big one, but it is so pretty once you can get it on. Okay, so now I got it. Now I'm just going to squish it together, and you're going to have another circle put on over here. So it's not, you don't have to have it perfect in the middle. Okay, so you can keep kind of pushing it together, keep kind of fanning it out where you want it, kind of hold it to where the glue is starting to hold. Whew. So I'm sure it'll get easier once I keep going, but if it starts to kind of pop up, just wait, it's not quite dry yet. And I'm going to turn it over. My circle is not exactly in the middle, which is okay, because watch what I did. You can take it off. Now that you have your star, you can, and your glue is kind of holding everything right now. And so I'm going to add this circle here. And I did this on my other one. I added this circle first, and then I added the green on top, and I'll show you that in a second. So now what I'm going to do is try not to burn my fingers and lay it on top, right where I want it. There. All right, so now just kind of let everything fan out a bit. Flip it over, put everything in. So as you can see, doing the poinsettia ones is not super easy. And where the gold is right there, where the sequins are, I did add glue in the middle, and then I just laid some gold sequins on top. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I really just wanted to show you how to fold it and how to create it, because it's kind of difficult sometimes. The directions don't give you the exact details with pictures. Okay, so there it is. And now what I would do is add a center or something. I'm not going to add that. I'll probably add, I don't know yet. I might do more sequins, but I don't know. I might do it silver and gold. So let's do that. I'm going to do silver and gold. Let me pull out some silver sequins. And what I did is on the gold one, I just pour them out. I have my glaze in this little bottle. And so I'm going to add some in the middle. And that's also going to help with the items. And I'm going to do something else with this one too. And we get so many sequins in these packages. I just love. So I'm going to have to pour them back in. All right. So there's my sequins in the middle. And I just kind of group them up a little bit more. And then what I did is I took a block, a larger block, and I just kind of set it on top like this. Kind of get it to where you want it. And then you can just add like 1 or 2 sequins on top when you have it the way you want it. Okay. Now what I would do is on the red one, what I did is I took my dauber and my white ink and I just kind of went around it. So you can see the white kind of just on my snowflake, just to kind of give it some texture, some color. Now what I'm thinking with the gold is, and you could have done this before you folded it and created it, but if the white there's a little bit of white on the edge of the gold, you could take your gold metallic pen and you could just go along the edges if you wanted. It doesn't bother me, but if it bothers you, you could just go along the edges. I do that a lot with black on certain things, but this gold, that doesn't bother me at all. So once I would finish this, what I think I might, no, I might not, because I kind of like the gold like it is, but you could always spray it with some shimmer, or I might do some sparkle silk. Maybe I'll put some silk on it. Let's try that. I think sparkle silk. I was thinking a splash, but I think the splash is a little too much. I'm going to still see how the sequins are right there. So once it dries a little bit, I will add more to that on the top. But I kind of think the sparkle silk, what doesn't look good with sparkle silk, and just kind of go on the gold. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on the camera. Of course, anything with sparkle silk looks good. The Christmas tree I did yesterday that I posted, I actually did mist it with our gold splash. And it really kind of made it more like a vintage look. All right, so this, you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but maybe with a light. But it's really pretty with the white. In fact, I might add a little bit more, but I really do like it. It kind of looks silver, to be honest, on the gold. It's really, really pretty. So now what I would do is I'm going to add a little bit more glaze in this area here. They're not completely dry yet, and that's fine. Just kind of go around. And then I'm just going to drop some more on there. And then let that dry. And then I'll add the string, which all I did is take a little bit of string like this. I tied it in a knot at the bottom. Then I turned this over, which is probably not ready to do yet, but I'll do it. And just add some glue there. I add a lot because sometimes these types of things, when they're hanging on trees, fall off. So I want to make sure, you know, sometimes you buy things and you're like, well, that didn't stick very well. I want it to stick very well. So now I'm going to lay it down. And just, again, I left my, I have 2 bloom tools, and they are, where are they? They're packed for my class tomorrow. So I think I need a 3rd one to not pack. All right, so there's that. And then you can add leaves on it if you want. You can kind of look at your sequins. This one, I didn't put as much on, but I think I'm gonna go silver and gold with this. I don't think I'm gonna add leaves. If I do, they may be gold, maybe on black paper. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and squish this together and set it down and let it dry. And there's no problem letting the block go on top of it, and it helps it kind of stay together, squish it and stay together. So that is my poinsettia. I know I had a little struggle at the beginning with not having the right size. It probably would have just made a little bit of a smaller poinsettia, which isn't a bad thing, so I probably will do that. And putting it together, that is a tough part, I have to say. I don't know if maybe down in here, if you added like maybe a glue dot or something to kind of help it hold, might be easier, but I think it'll get easier with time. Actually, today's was easier than yesterday's, so I think it'll just get easier as I keep going and keep trying to create more poinsettias, because I think they're so pretty. I think I'm going to use them for packages and on my tree. I think I'll put the gold ones on my tree and maybe make some of these for packages. And like I said, the other side, I put Merry Christmas because I was thinking of an ornament, but I really think you could do a to and from and put it on packages, or that special gift for somebody at work or a friend or something. So I hope you enjoyed the video, you guys. Thanks a lot, and I will see you soon. Thanks, everybody.